This is from Islands of Adventure.
Caleb.
Hello, A Day with Caleb here. Today we are doing pickups from the Antique Mall in Lakeland. I actually took a picture, we'll put it there. Now Lakeland is like a 40-minute drive from Orlando. If you watch Paging Mr. Morrow's channel, he's covered the Lakeland Antique Mall 3 or 4 videos, so pretty well covered. So I didn't shoot a video because it was our first time going. Thanks to Paging Mr. Morrow, which we did meet on this trip, super cool guy. But he's covered that, so being our first time and not knowing kind of what was in there and what I could film, I just did decide to do a pickups video, and I'm glad I did because there's some good stuff that I bought. So let's just go ahead, dive in, and see what all I got at this antique mall. This was after our Disney trip, so couldn't go quite as wild as I wanted to. They had a bunch of stuff that I had to pass on this trip. We are going back soon, so maybe we'll visit the antique mall again. But let's just kind of dive in. First, we'll start with the popcorn buckets. I know, weird. I collect popcorn buckets, but it's something I started in Disneyland when we went the first time a couple years ago. That was the first time ever we had been to Disneyland. We've gone to Disney World many times, but I want to say 3 years ago was our first Disneyland trip. We went back that same year because we had Coast to Coast Pass. Anyway, Rabbit Trail, they had some awesome popcorn buckets. So that's when I started the popcorn bucket collection. There is a video coming soon. If it hasn't, yeah, it'll probably be after this video, where I do cover the popcorn buckets and my display cases and some stuff in the attic. So that video coming soon. But these I picked up at the antique mall. This was a popcorn bucket last year in Disney World, but it wasn't something that really struck me. I kind of want to have, like, that is so awesome, I have to get that. This I didn't have that moment with, but since it was at the antique mall, way, way cheaper. So I did like it, and I do like Pluto. It's kind of a holiday one. I have a few holiday popcorn buckets, so I did decide to get that. Now these are awesome. This was actually at Disneyland when we were there, and I thought about getting it, but we didn't ride Casey Jr. We should have, but there was always a massive line to ride it. But they had several of these, like 30 or 40 of these Casey Jr. popcorn buckets, the top comes off. But they had it weird, like one was 15, one was 10, one was 8, and then like at the bottom of the pile there was this one for 5. So had to get that since, I have seen these. These two I've never seen before. It just says Disney Parks. I don't know, but I got 2 of the Hitchhiking Ghost popcorn buckets. The back comes off. So 2, couldn't pass on those. Haunted Mansion, my favorite ride. Popcorn buckets, which I do collect. So could not pass on those. So now we'll, I guess, dive into the McDonald's toys and buttons. But this thing we'll show off real quick. Got backwards. This was my childhood here. This is like a backing for a display case for toys, showing off the toys you could get. This is at Burger King. We did collect quite a few of these. Had to beg our parents to go and get these. We might actually have all of these, maybe, except the Army Men. But I had to get this display sign because Toy Story is one of my favorite movies of all time, and collecting the toys and going to Burger King, just a cool memory to have. That was kind of buried under some stuff, so happy to save that. Then we have these Space Jam toys. I believe I have 4 of them. Comment down below if you think this is a complete set or not. I think there might be one more that I'm missing. Probably Michael Jordan, but I'm not sure. There's 5 here. So I don't know, but it's got Space Jam on the back. And then I think these cord things connect. So that's cool. Then I got 5 of those. Then I did get an Incredible 2 Frozen there. Then this massive set of Mulan toys. That was just, could not pass that up. And these are like the big action figures too, not the little toys. Then this, can you make that out? This was the scariest ride as a kid, Alien Encounter. It made it 24 years, which I was surprised that it made it that long. I didn't think it made it past 20. But the ride that replaced it, terrible. Even though I'm a big Stitch fan, not a good ride at all. But Alien Encounter, if you've never experienced it, was very scary as a kid. But so cool because the alien was there. You were in the dark, creepy, scary, awesome. The animatronics and the pre-show were cool. But this had to get, this is a guest of honor for the 25th anniversary of Disney World. We have the 50th booked. We are going to the 50th anniversary of Disney World in October of 2021. It opened in 1971, so 50 years. Such an incredible experience. Cannot wait for that to happen. It's going to be momentous. I mean, you only get 50 years one time. So it's going to be incredible and special. But I had to get that pin for the 20th. Hopefully I will get a pin for the 50th. So then Jungle to Jungle, a very underrated Tim Allen movie, very funny Disney classic. They did do another one. Comment down below what that one was. But it had the same basic story. I can't think of what it was right now. So I had to get a little pin. Now we'll get to some of the little stuff. I did find one movie there, one Blu-ray, The Invisible. Josh, the movie guy, my brother, said it was good, so I picked it up. And then come some smaller. Well, let's grab these. Picked up a few lithographs because I do collect any kind of lithographs, but mostly Disney. I have a Shrek out there. I think that's covered in my posters video, or maybe the one. Yeah, it's probably in my video that I mentioned with the display cases. Had to get this bad boy of the Incredibles, Mr. Incredible there, and Frozone. Did not have. I have a poster of the Incredibles, but I wanted a film sale, so that is awesome to have those. Then this is very neat. This is Doctor Doom's Fearfall, and this is an unused sticker from the ride. They put these in different places near the ride, like the little beam. They had these. So this is also a piece of theme park history. Who knew I would get a couple pieces from Marvel Superhero Island? If you watch Dave CS, he's not a big fan of Islands of Adventure, and I do see his points. It's not as themed as Disney, and it's not overall a good experience as far as being immersed. But as a kid, growing up collecting comics, this was the place to be. So I am glad that I got a couple pieces from the theme park. One day, hopefully, I'll get a couple pieces from Disney World. But there were pieces there, but they were way too expensive. Then a couple of comic books. We got Camp Candy, which I had never seen or heard of before. Comic book about John Candy. Had to grab that. Just, you don't see it. I've never seen it. And then Police Academy, the comic book. Again, never seen it. Had to grab it. Then we have like a little, it's not a film sale, but it's like the pictures taken. This is of a short, I don't think it says there, but you can see below there that it is stamped by the Walt Disney Company. And then on the back it has like a description of what this short was. Then we have stamps, How to Play Football. I just thought that was too cool not to have. Comes with a certificate of authenticity. Then, yeah. These are awesome. Who had the foresight enough to save Happy Meal boxes? That is just too cool. And this is Mickey's birthday land in Walt Disney World. We did go here. If you have watched my comparison from 1993 to 2018, yeah, 2019. I did it last year. Well, this is 2021, but did a few years ago. This was actually in that we had footage from Mickey's birthday land, so I had to grab the McDonald's cutout there. Then one of my favorite shows, Tailspin, had to get a lunchbox from that. And then this is Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Again, another favorite. Then, of course, had to get one from Batman the Animated Series. Then a few magazines they had there for like a couple bucks. Captain Marvel. This is Time Magazine, The World of Marvel. And then the Ultimate Guide to Batman. Had to grab those. Then we'll finish with some toys here. This is X-Men Magneto. And I don't grab carded or boxed action figures unless it's really something meaningful or it's for a good price. So obviously X-Men being, one of the first, the first superhero movie I saw, very special. Obviously couldn't see Blade. Spider-Man, of course, would impact me too, but had to get one of the figures still unopened. Then I always love this display with the little, like this paper, and then this symbol. I have quite a few of the symbols. I saved them when I would open the toys. So that is cool to have. And then these, if you've been to Disney World, these are everywhere. And Disneyland, really. In the Disney stores, anywhere you go that's Disney. But they're usually quite expensive. Sometimes I'll grab them. Like I have the 10 years of Marvel, they did a big, like, massive toy thing for that. I got that. I have a couple of others, but I don't grab a lot of them because they are kind of expensive. But this was a good price at the Antique Mall, so grabbed Incredibles 2. Then we have some Funko Pops here. Grabbed Baloo. I have Shere Khan. Now that's another video coming soon. My Funko Pop collection. We'll show that off coming soon. But I had to grab Tailspin. Not sure about the other ones. They did have Cloud Kicker and Louie and Rebecca there, but they were more expensive. So just grab Baloo as far as Tailspin goes. Then, of course, had to grab Launchpad. I mean, how could I not? I looked for a Darkwing Duck. They didn't have it. They did have a Goslin Mallard, but again, too much, so had to pass. I would have paid anything for a Darkwing Duck, but couldn't find it. Then from Kingdom of Hearts, we have Mickey with the key there. That's awesome. Then we have Huey, Dewey, and how could I not get Louie? So all three. Not sure if I want Scrooge, McDuck, or Weeby, but I got the three brothers there. So that is it for the Antique Mall as far as the stuff I can show. We're going to go outside in the garage and show you a fantastic piece of theme park history. I mentioned that I got a couple pieces, we just haven't shown the big piece yet, so we'll go outside now and take a look at that. This is from Islands of Adventure, Marvel Superhero Island. This is my childhood here. I need to find a picture of when I went in like 02, 03, I was, 12 or 13. This was in one of the stores. If you've ever been to Islands, it's the store kind of right next to Spider-Man with the Fantastic Four vehicle out there. This was in there in that store. It was a cutout. There is a bigger version of Iceman as you go through the island, but this was in there. I got this at the antique mall. So cool to have a piece of theme park history and just up there displayed. It looks incredible with my wood display case here on top. Such a cool piece. Glad I found it. There was a big Spider-Man cutout, but it was too expensive and massive. That thing was like 3 foot tall, so 3 or 4 feet tall. But glad I bought this guy here. Alright, that was impressive, wasn't it? That I cannot believe I have that from Marvel Superhero Island, one of the stores. So incredible. Cannot believe I have it. Hope you enjoyed it. This was quite a haul here from Antique Mall. I only had one video, but we did get kind of a variety of things. If you're ever in Lakeland, Florida, look up the Lakeland Antique Mall. It's an incredible place to go and look. They have Disney, they have all kind of stuff. We spent about 3 hours in there, and I don't think we got to everything, or saw everything. And like I said, there were a lot of things that I could have bought that I didn't because of money, run out of money and stuff. But incredible place if you're ever up there. Hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy this video. If you did stay to the end of the video, comment Iceman below. Share with a friend. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, of course. Helps it grow and continue. And until next time, guys, keep collecting.